Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I want to just say quickly, if any of you guys saw the 2023 New York Pro, Tonio Burton brought an amazing package that was just so good. Stewart was really good as well, but Tonio Burton really blew it out of the water. He made some amazing improvements from, the 2022 Mr. Olympia to now, and I just want to congratulate him on his amazing showing. Tonio's win at the 2023 New York Pro has, started to stir up some comparisons with a certain someone who is known for their longevity and their razor sharp conditioning, and that is no one other than Dexter the Blade Jackson. All these comparisons online got me thinking, maybe Dexter Jackson and Tonio Burton are really similar. And the cherry on top for me was when Marks Max Muscle commented and said that I should compare the two. And I'm really happy that he did because now we're going to make this video. And I'm going to be comparing an earlier version of Dexter Jackson, namely his 1999 Mr. Olympia debut, against Tonio Burton's most recent physique from the 2023 New York Pro to see if Tonio Burton really lives up to all the hype and the comparisons. Before the video starts, I just want to ask you guys if you would take a second to like and comment and subscribe. It really means a lot to me as I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and grow this channel as far as I can possibly grow it. So without any more rambling about, whatever I'm talking about, let's get into this comparison. The similarities between these two are clearly evident when we look at their structures. Look at the lats. Both of them have highly inserted lats. The midsections look identical. The quads seem to insert in the same areas and are the same length. The arms, Dexter obviously has better biceps and triceps, but Tonio has the same flow overall. Let's pull up another picture just to see a better comparison of the two. Yeah, guys, so the similarities are clearly there between the two, and I just want to mention quickly that this isn't necessarily a comparison because Dexter Jackson, in my opinion, would be blowing Tonio out of the water in terms of shape, but Tonio would be winning in conditioning in this specific shot. But I will tell you, this is more so a comparison to see the similarities between the two and not necessarily about who would win. We don't have a front lat spread pose, so we're going to go right into the side chest, and they are still looking pretty identical here as well. Similar shape in the arms and the chest, and everything in the overall flow in the midsection and legs look identical. Now, Dexter has a little bit more fullness to his arms and muscles overall. Tonio doesn't really have that same 3D like effect in the delts and in the arms, but with time, he might be able to get that. The side leg looks very good for Tonio in terms of conditioning, and Dexter looks great here too. Like I said, this is just a fun comparison. Dexter, in my opinion, would be winning here in terms of shape, but like I said before, Tonio may have a slight advantage in terms of modern conditioning. The side tricep pose is an impressive pose for both of these young guys here. However, look at Tonio Burton's midsection. Wow. If we ignore the fact that it's protruding just a little bit, the abdominal development and the obliques are razor sharp and look phenomenal here. Now, Tonio Burton would definitely be losing in the shoulders and arm area because Dexter has a better tricep and overall better conditioning in the shoulder and arm. However, Tonio would be winning in the chest, having a fuller and, overall bigger chest, and the striations through it look really good for Tonio. I'd probably lean a little bit towards Tonio here because of that midsection, just how good it looks, even with the distension a little bit. But Dexter looks amazing here too. But yeah, Tonio looks great. Both of them look great, but there's a lot less of a similarity between these two now. They kind of stand out on their own in their own unique way, and that's a great thing for both of these guys. The rear lat spread is the shot where we can see Dexter Jackson pulling away from Tonio Burton, as Dexter has more conditioning and refinement in that back, having better, development in the lower back and trap area, and just looking better overall. They both have equally as good glutes. Maybe Dexter has a slight advantage. Tonio has really good hamstrings, and so does Dexter, but like I said, Tonio definitely needs to bring up that lower back area to be more competitive with this earlier Dexter Jackson. But, with time, I think Tonio can definitely bring up his weak points and become, more reminiscent of Dexter Jackson from behind. Tonio Burton's rear double bicep shot is actually a lot more reminiscent of Dexter Jackson than his rear lat spread was. And you guys can clearly see that in the back symmetry itself. That their backs look so similar. You could swap them and you wouldn't be able to tell if they had the same conditioning. That's how crazy it is. They have very similar shape, and the arms from behind look very similar as well. Dexter looks a little bit better, having the overall better arms and back. However, like I said, with time, Tonio could definitely bring up his back as he has some amazing genetics there, and he would look phenomenal in this pose. Not that he doesn't look great already, but he could make it a world-class back, in my opinion. Alright guys, I want to quickly say that this is a pretty bad picture for Tonio Burton as it's a screenshot from the live stream of the show. However, I will tell you that Tonio Burton is not better than Dexter Jackson, nor is he reminiscent of Dexter in the abs and thigh shot, and that's purely because of the, midsection. Dexter Jackson has a flawless midsection here, perfect symmetry, and a tiny waist, whereas Tonio Burton's waist isn't the smallest, and his abdominal muscles are not symmetrical, nor are they aesthetically pleasing. Well, they are symmetrical, but there's a gap there. The quads, though, look very similar between the two, and the overall lat flare is equally as impressive. So if Tonio could get his midsection in check a little bit more, he would definitely be a lot more reminiscent of Dexter Jackson, but that's definitely more of a genetic problem than something that you can outwork. So that about does it for this comparison between Tonio Burton and Dexter Jackson, and I will tell you that Tonio is very reminiscent of a young Dexter Jackson. Shots like the front double bicep and the rear double bicep clearly show the similarities in their structure and muscle insertions, and it's really impressive to see someone so reminiscent of a legendary bodybuilder. I think if Tonio Burton can work on his flaws like his midsection, he can become a top Olympian and really hold it with the top guys of today. So, if you guys liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.